There's this controversial topic right here online about like get your life together or become stable and da 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 da. That's the gist of it. What I can't stand to see is certain people go online and be like, you just need to find yourself and master this and that, because for like 90% of people, we were ourselves in the first place. Like, it doesn't take much when you're like growing up to be yourself. Love the simple things, love the people around you. You can't help everybody. You don't have enough. We all have the same amount of time in the day. If I give an hour to everybody and I only have 24 hours in the day, that's 24 people. So then you gotta like bulk them together, which kind of like depersonalizes the whole thing. And then what if like you have hundreds or like, 1,000 people that like want your help? Well, you gotta kind of sort through like, well, okay, well, I'll charge $10. Well, okay, everybody has $10, so okay, well, I'll charge $100. And then you help them, but it's like, okay, who really is gonna go to the? I don't know why people charge more than that, honestly. Especially people who are promoting making millions of dollars. You have some goddamn nerve to be charging, $100, $200, and then it's a funnel, right? So after they get the first, but then they offer this $500 thing. After you get that, well, now they got a $3,000 thing, and then it's like, I don't even know. It's a weird thing, but going back a little bit, I'm one of those people that I wish, sometimes I don't like this matrix, this whole thing, because if you take money and slavery out of it, because I believe that a lot of this system is like slavery. Like, I envy homeless people in a sense, because they get to just be them. But society punishes you for that, although like they also encourage you to behave like that. Like the Bible, it just says like, just be a loving person, get rid of everything. Those are the best people. And it is like that. But you can barely shower, you can barely eat, you can't really go anywhere. It sucks. But like, there's no better life than just being in the moment. And the audacity of people, not everyone has it in them or wants to, budget their time. Like, you work for 8 to 12 hours or more or less, and then you gotta fucking work or exercise, and then you gotta work on your side hustle, and then you gotta socialize, and then you gotta budget your money and what you're gonna do, and this and that. I mean, there's like a trillion things I wanna do. There's just not, I'm one of those people that understand there's not enough time in the day. I am legitimately busy around the clock. Other people are busy with nothing. I never understood that. If someone tells me, the busiest people I know never tell me they're busy. I can call them and the phone gets picked up. The not busy people are always busy. With what? With fucking what? The phone was made for convenience. I could do anything from this phone, metaphorically speaking. A lot of people do a lot of things from the phone. OnlyFans creators, they fucking have money out the ass, and they're communicating with like a gazillion people. Maybe it's AI now, but at some point it was not. It was authentic, fake shit. But you get the point that the busiest people are always available. It makes sense, because you have to help people to be a good person, and that attracts blessings. Everyone knows this. Some people, even the best criminals, they might be like unethical and everything, but they're providing some sort of value. I think good and bad is a whole political thing. Star Wars showed me that, actually. Where's my nerdy glasses? Anyways, it's honestly just, sometimes it feels like the people that are good actually might be the more evil ones. And this is the best example of it, because you still allow people to suffer and call it justice. But people are going to suffer either way. So I'm like, why not just let people suffer the natural way instead of making them suffer an artificial way, which is actually more tormenting? okay, incarceration. Somebody murders somebody or does something crazy. Back in the day, they probably would have got murdered and that would have been the end of the fucking story. But nowadays, it costs a lot of fucking money to punish somebody. You have to arrest them and put them through court, hold them in jail, prosecutors and judges and clerks and left, right, and center, and then go to prison, and that's a whole fucking thing. And the longer you keep them, the longer they're expensive, and then you just keep adding on to it. Every day there's more. Every the next day there's more. Next year every day there's more. There's people that spend 40 plus years in prison, and it just fucking keeps piling up. And they're and people reproduce. They just pumping out motherfuckers. Mass incarceration is a thing. Sometimes I'm grateful for everything that we have, but social media is fucked, because I feel like also if I was in the fucking 80s and 70s and didn't have any of this, I would literally be focused on me all the time. I have went on hiatuses where I didn't use the phone or anything, and I'm way more productive. And I know that there's people listening to me that can relate. The phone is a huge fucking distraction. As a matter of fact, I actually saw some mind-blowing fun fact the other day. So people spend 2 to 3 hours minimum on their phone a day. If you sleep 8 hours, that leaves you with 16. If you work 8 hours, that leaves you with 8. Out of that 8, let's say 3 of it is on the phone. My goal is to be 200. I pray about it. Like that. Either way, the number is fucking mind-blowing. The amount of time spent on the phone, if you continue to spend 2 to 3 hours a day, some people more, hopefully not. Doing what? They said it's like a fucking third of your lifetime. If you have 8 free hours in the day, and a third of that is, minus work and sleep. So you have a third of your time, and then a third of that is on the phone. You're spending a third of your fucking life on the phone. What the fuck? You already don't have time. We don't have time. We don't. Oh my God. To be a lobster and just fucking live forever at the fucking it's fucked up. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. It's all about the money. And for what? We have at this point, it's luxury, it's commodity, it's not even necessary. At some point, maybe in the 1700s, the whole economy thing, the whole argument made sense. Well, we have to go to work and pay people because it makes people hungry for innovation, and it led to the fucking pharmaceuticals and good food, and well, who needs fucking cheeseburgers, bro? Or fucking like Louis Vuitton, or like diamonds and fucking Rolls Royces or Toyota Camrys. Honestly, I think the cheap shit is a waste of fucking life. Stop giving us McDonald's. We want Five Guys. Stop giving us Gap. We want Gucci. Stop giving us Temu. We want Best Buy or something. We just stop with the mass production, okay? If there's any solution to climate change, my first thought was fucking do an audit of what we need and what we don't need. Okay, how many brands of fucking headphones do we need? And just fucking find a price. AirPods or Beats or something. Just find the top 5. And just be like, that's it. And because it's mass produced, just be like, we don't need you charging fucking $1,000, $500 for this. Every person on the world has to save their money for something nice, right? Why don't corporations? I can't go into work tomorrow and be like, well, my bills went up. I think we're just gonna raise our prices. So you gotta pay me $50 an hour now. That's not how that fucking works. I'm probably gonna get paid the same amount for the next 5 to 10 years. But a corporation, they see that iron or silver went up a fucking few cents, and they're like, well, we buy tons of that shit every year, so we're spending, 10 million extra dollars this year. That's gonna dilute our stock price, and we need our investors, and all. It's so much bullshit. And then what they do is they either fire somebody or they raise their prices. Both have not helped us in any single way. So the system has turned on itself at some point. At some point it made sense, but we have what we need. We have medicine, vaccines, hospitals, doctors, college. Even college is a problem. At one point it made sense. Go to school, get an education. The world needs accountants and nurses. It doesn't anymore. It doesn't. Stop. I'm not saying going to college is a bad thing, but there's a lot of work I could have been doing without it. Everybody knows that. They could have taught me the things I'm learning in getting my master's degree. They could have taught me that in high school. I've been on computers my whole life. A lot of what you do in college is computer work. There's some stuff that is more like doctors and certain stuff like lawyer, but for the most part, learning geometry and chemistry and shit could be saved for those going that route. Could have been teaching law to a young aspiring. Could have been fucking 14 years old, fucking doing criminal defense or learning how to drive a truck or coding, but no, let's fucking learn the Pythagorean theorem or just nothing. And the only history they teach is like this much, like European history. And I don't get into that because our history goes back to there, and they talk about the Middle East and Egypt, but that's it. They don't. There's just more to the whole thing that they don't connect it. They don't. The point still being is that we got forced into something we don't want to be a part of. And yeah, you have to adapt. We can sit here and complain all we want. Some of the things people are saying is somebody you don't like can say the most fucked up shit and it's gonna be true. It's fucked up. I just think it's kind of hypocritical that when we were all at the same level, things were simple. Everything was simple, bro. And then we just had to have it all. You're not right if you're not a millionaire. You're not right if you're not fucking, a fucking valuable person in society, like connecting people. To a certain extent, it has always been like that. Like in school, people liked the attractive ones, the ones who had an edge, someone who had something you didn't, who could show you something new, take you somewhere, introduce you to somebody, all that stuff. And then it got really complicated. That's life. That's what they say life is, but it's not life. Or maybe it is. Maybe it just is life now. I call it economics. But I'm not a communist. I don't think I'm a socialist either. I don't think I'm an anarchist or a terrorist or anything that ends in IST. I think I'm just a chill person. Thank you. If there's any IST that I am, it's a Christian. Christian. Christmas. It is. A lot of the stuff is moot, and there's a lot of dark truths in the Bible too. That I'm not going to talk about because the CIA is watching me. The Illuminati's watching me. The Anunnaki are watching me. Anyways, I lost my train. If you think about like certain things, right? A lot of us practice social norms. Some people tell you, well, just be yourself and da 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 da. Yeah, to a certain extent, right? Be yourself, but season the food how you want it, customize the recipe, but you still gotta bake it a certain temperature. You still have to limit the serving size, you know, and but you know you can do what butter or olive oil. The choice is yours, or you know. So what the point I'm trying to make is, what is the point I'm trying? Why do I keep having brain farts? I think I'm inside out right now. I don't see myself right now. I see myself there. I'm supposed to see myself here. So what I was trying to say is that when life gets more complicated, you kind of have no choice but to adapt and keep up with what's going on. Because it's always been like that. You had to learn how to walk. You had to learn how to talk. You had to learn how to behave. You had to follow the rules and the laws. And you just have to do certain things. You have to respect people. Argue all you want. If you're a nasty individual, some people can get away with it. But we see you. We see you. Something that annoys me is when we see a nasty individual and we actually envy them. Because every time I might be all up on my high horse and be like, man, I would not be friends with that guy. I wouldn't dare flirt. I wouldn't give that girl nothing. She could ask me what time it is. I could have a watch and I wouldn't fucking tell her. But then the second they give you attention, you're like, holy shit, the bad guy likes me. And you entertain it. But slowly you might get sucked into that game. They might corrupt you, and that's what happens to a lot of people. That's why they are the way they are. So you can't even be mad when you understand certain things. I'm not saying it's okay to, but again, it's a point of view, because maybe the people that are bad or rebellious are not wrong. It is every man for himself, right? But we get promoted the idea that we're in this together, and we tell each other that great things will come if we stick together, and that being good is good, and then you find out, well, now maybe I should just balance it. And yeah, it's nice to be nice because I would like someone to treat me nice. Yeah, or is that what just they tell you? Why is it that for the last gazillion years, people even today, we don't show remorse? If someone pisses somebody off, missiles start flying. Everyone's trying to hack each other's computers right now, and missiles are fucking flying, bro. That's not the way, right? According to what they're saying. So either you're hypocrites or we're right. We know something, right? But we'll play along because we don't have a choice. I kind of like what's going on, but now I'm getting sucked into this Republic side where it's like, okay, it's my money and I need it now. Like, you almost kind of become desensitized to other people's emotions. So you often see where somebody might be suicidal and the people around them are like, it's gonna be okay, I care for you and I need you to keep going. And maybe deep down that person just needs a change. They need you to do something for them. They need you to hold their hand, or maybe there's no way to fix them. I'm not getting into that. I guess the point I'm trying to make is that, what was I saying? It would be easier to talk if I stopped fucking seeing myself. For example, somebody who has all of this money, right? But they won't part ways with it. So there's something suspicious there. Anybody, whether you have $100 or $1 trillion, and everybody in between is gonna fit in this category. They'll tell you that they'll be there for you, but ask them for their money. No. And I'm using that as an example because that's what most people want. It could be a connection. Well, now they're realizing they don't really fuck with you, and they see that you actually have problems that that you have to figure out for yourself. I experienced it firsthand. I see people, I want to help them, but then it gets too close. It kind of gets too deep, too close. I don't feel comfortable putting you here because, well, so, sorry, right? So please tell me I'm right, because I think It comes with a little guilt because we sell our souls to this system. So really, maybe that's why people have a thing for people who outsmart the system. Maybe it's an entrepreneur. That's a good example. But it could also be any type of like criminal, whether they're fraudsters or hackers or black market distributors. Because arms dealers and drug dealers are two different things, but essentially it's the same thing. And when you meet someone like that, they have some sort of like magnitude or attraction. It's like you gotta get jealous. Like, damn, that'd be nice. But entrepreneurship is the same way, I promise you. And there is some sort of reward to getting to the other side of that. There's a lot of sayings about this, like the path with the least resistance and stuff like that, or go the way that most people don't go, make your own way. If you break that barrier in a good way, there's almost like a certain, like, you become an elite. And that's why there's two different crowds. There's like three crowds here, maybe like a fourth one. So there's the underground, the people that make their living without the system, okay? They're gonna fucking thrive regardless. When this world goes to shit, they have each other. Then you have the people on this side, you have the people who break the barrier. They are like the underground, except they did it the white collar way, I guess, or the blue collar way. They fucking made it by sticking to the rules and having a little bit more knowledge about the system. Then you have the people who stick to the system. They kind of like aren't sure or aren't committed to either side. Yeah, that's like the third category, and I guess the fourth one is already in there too. So, we're all in this together, and you gotta respect authority because they try. I'm sure that the people are aware, no matter leaders and everything are aware that this shit kind of sucks, but it makes sense. It almost works. But I gotta say, just for conversation's sake, that humans are not sacred. We're not about, if you can kill a cow for steak, you can surely kill another person with no remorse. But you're fed that if you're a killer, you're a fucking delusion, you're a psychopath and a serial killer and a fucking murderer and all these negative things. But our history's greatest, most worshipped people, most influential motherfuckers, superheroes and everything, whether they were good or bad, killed motherfuckers, man. They fucking killed people, bro. And their friends killed people. And their kids killed people. And their fucking enemies killed people. Being right or wrong is never really up to anybody to decide. Only you really can know when you feel it inside of you, man. So the thing is, if you see something wrong, people are naturally gonna like jump on that motherfucker who did wrong. Somebody pointed it out to me. It was brought up on Instagram or the radio or pod somewhere. It was mentioned where back in the day, actually I was at a nail salon, right? Because I bite my nails, so I had to get the little fucking coating, right? So the girls in there were talking about how back in the day, like the 90s and shit, if somebody was beating on their woman, the whole club would jump on that man and beat his fucking ass and outcast him, hit the bricks. Try that shit now, people are shooting everybody. So if a man's beating on his girl, don't nobody go and help. Whether she was right or wrong, nobody goes and helps because that man might start blasting. Pop, 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 rah. Most people don't want to take that risk because the whole point of fucking helping somebody else live is because we want to live. So why would you kill yourself? You got to put yourself first. But it kind of is like, okay, well, the police aren't doing nothing. So like, if somebody can spot that, we have intuition, man, and they know that. So that's why they tell us, oh, figure it out for yourself. You should have paid it. You should have did this, or you could have did this. You knew what you needed to do, because we do. So when you see a bad guy, you get kind of irritated. Like, you get this fucking fury. Like, you want to fucking deal with that shit. Male, female, grown, or fucking political, like government official or not. It doesn't. If you see somebody being fucked up, you have an urge to do something about it, but you can't. The system denies you that fucking gift to help. But then they tell you, oh, well, you guys have to. The democracy fails if you can't fucking do shit. Like, if we can't make decisions for ourselves. And I get it, because I don't really get it, because, like I said, intuition. If you allow people to do certain things, it almost creates more chaos than already is there. And then you start having to deal with liars, and now and then once you lose trust in the system because somebody got away with something, now it's a fucking civil war. Fucking, we read about clans and stuff in ancient China in school, where there was fucking feuds between families and shit because of small shit. It could have been small, and then all of a sudden everyone's fucking killing everybody. It's been like that across everywhere. I would hate to see innocent people die because of some stupid shit. And then somebody has a lot of power. So the fucking chain of command is massive, man. So even if it happens in the middle and they go higher up, that guy's gonna employ them, and they're gonna employ someone down here. It doesn't matter where in the chain it happens, it's linked. So if one person goes in, everyone goes in. So innocent people die. More innocent people die to address. So it's just like, this system almost works when you really fucking dig deep into it. And I say all of that because stop complaining and stop acting like you did some fucking amazing shit when you didn't. If it a lot of I hate being sexist, but my feed fucking feeds me certain things sometimes that I wish. I don't know why it happens. I even changed, went in my settings and said, can you stop showing me, like, why are you showing all the positive things in the world to show me, and you show me this? Why? And I guess it's because the fucking publicity, it fucking, when people are, you can get a rise out of people, and it creates interactions. So when you see some bullshit, or when someone's fucking titties are the size of a fucking Mack truck, and it's all up in your fucking face, when you don't see that every day, you look for a second, you're like, oh, well, like, let her, I'm shooting my fucking shot, bro. When I'm in real life, bro, I don't hold back. If I fucking do my thing, man. So naturally on the phone, if I see it, I'm like, okay, like, I'm not gonna go all up in comments and DMs and shit, but some people do, because it works for some people. Point being is, when some stupid person does something stupid online, or says some controversial shit, or is running their mouth, and you gotta address it as a fucking leader, all of a sudden you fucking sound stupid, because I mean, you try to like be like, man, shut your mouth, man. Why would you say some dumb shit like that? And it's just feeding their popularity, and I believe that the internet is correcting itself. Maybe in a few years or 10 years, or when I'm an old man, the newer generations will be like, we're happily, we are sacred. We're waiting for marriage. That's why I like Sophie Rain. Stuff like that, like just good positivity naturally in the air. Like, yeah, these bad motherfuckers, they have their fucking run, because sometimes people just like, the hoes are easier. And some people, they're deprived for so long. Once they get to a certain level, they're like, I'm fucking going in, man. If you're hungry and you go to a buffet, you fucking eat, man. If you're full and you go to a buffet, you don't eat. So it's the same way. If you spent a long time trying to get somewhere and you made it, a lot of the time, you're gonna see people fucking splurge. They're gonna see all these attractive women, and they're gonna fucking be blowing bags on them, and these women are gonna be like, fuck yeah. So it's like, both sides are kind of wrong, but I understand. It's not even wrong, just they fucking tell you it's wrong. It's not fucking wrong. I love I love all of my people, bro. I have some of the people I love the most have just been themselves. And what I mean is, I love my friends with benefits, my best friends. I love people who say what they want and they get it. Versus all the people that are like, I want a relationship and I want someone this and that and this. No, you fucking don't. You just. A wise person told me recently that love is a kink. Wisest words ever. Yeah, it's nice to be fucking worshipped and treated like that and loved and stuff like that, but you gotta earn that shit, man. You have to make real friendships with people. You gotta talk to everybody. You can't just sit there and not. So I was at work the other day and I noticed by looking, I was sitting in the front looking off into the room, and I noticed like the most attractive women in the room don't really socialize. And if they do, it's very limited. Like, so some of them, I saw there's one in particular I'm thinking of, she does talk to everybody, and you could see that she's a special person for that. So note that. Whereas most of the other attractive ones, they don't. If you take the, like, I don't want to say unattractive, but the regular ones, for lack of a better word, they're very talkative. They're in there talking. They're fucking living their lives, man. They don't come in quietly. They don't tiptoe. They walk confidently. They fucking play around. They don't give a fuck. And I love that. That's awesome. One of my wishes is that maybe I have somebody who's lit like that, but also super, like, attractive, man. Would be nice. And yeah. So, like, a lot of people know this. Like, if you were just out there fucking everybody for a time, and now all of a sudden you want to just go out there and act like somebody owes you something. You want to get married. Marriage is for everybody, don't get me wrong, but it's for like that special person that you curated a friendship with over time. So like when people like get someone's number and they expect automatically that they have a special relationship, it doesn't work like that. If I get somebody's number and you see it from the viewpoint that you want to be friends, like let's just be friends. Like I'm going to do my thing on Friday. Do you want to come with me? Or what are your interests? Well, I'd love to tag along because I'm not doing something Saturday type shit. So you form these friendships, and if it's not a good match, we can still talk. I might be friends with Bob, Joe, and Jackie, and Louisa, and fucking Peter, and then I meet fucking 10 people during this week alone. We could fucking throw a house party or something and just mingle and fucking put people on. And I'm actually going to try that, but I don't know. Right now, life is fucking fucked up for me right now. But I realized at a certain point, that's what I wanted to do. Because I imagine that's what life was before DMs and privacy. Like, we needed each other more than we do now. Everything's super fucking exclusive or pay to win. It's just funny because when I play video games, I'm a fucking beast, bro. I'm always like top fucking 3, bro. If I play any game, bro, I'm top 3. I'm most of the time first place, but sometimes I'm second place. Or when it comes to sports, I'm top fucking 3, bro. When I go play basketball, I'm not the best at basketball, but I have a lot of strengths. Okay? So I go to the court and we do 5 versus 5. I'm top 3 on my team. And if I'm not top, I'm not usually number 1. I'm not gonna lie. I usually have somebody that's carrying the team, and I'm not Kyrie Irving or anything like that. But I'm not a bench warmer either. I'm a fucking starter. So I'm gonna be maybe top. I'm gonna be 3. I'm not gonna be 4 or 5 for sure. I promise you that. You can kiss my ass if you think otherwise. We can see what's up. 2, yeah, sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. 1. If it happens, it happens. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, tap me up, Corey. Get your thing. But you know, certain sports, boxing, fighting. Hey, I feel like I'm undefeated, but we have yet to see. But we'll see when I'm in the ring and we could track my record professionally. Or we'll leave it at that. Other sports, I'm pretty good. I've been golfing a few times, but not with like I played soccer. I'm fucking good, bro. So if I'm good at a lot, even academics, bro, I do my thing. I'm not like an A+ student because I don't really apply myself like that. So I'm usually like B, B-, C+, right? That's still like top 3, right? Am I wrong? That's a fucking top 3, bro. Something, and a little bit of 2. And I'll admit it, yeah, I'm not a fucking number 1 academically or in a lot of things. But if I'm fucking top 2, like top 2 or 3, bro, like, it's probably like that for fucking everywhere, man. I'm just blessed. And I love that. But life gave me lemons and it didn't give me a cup to make lemonade. So I'm looking for a cup right now to put my fucking juice in. You feel me? I'm getting out of prison soon. I'm gonna have to have a home. And not everyone knows my story. I haven't had a home since I was fucking 16 years old, bro. I'm 30 right now. I'm 30 now. I was born in 1996. So yeah, life has been fucked up for me, man, and I deserve better. And I've made attempts, man. I got my bachelor's degree. I'm in grad school. I know how to do stuff. I got my real estate license. I've made connections. I know I have a good fucking foundation for a fucking awesome future, man. But I just need stability. I need a fucking cup to put my juice. I fucking love lemonade, man. But I got all these fucking lemons and I can't do shit with them. I got all these fucking problems and I can't fucking... I know... Just let me not. Because I have this one thing that I'm not happy with myself. Is throughout all of this stuff, I have not gotten to the best shape of my life. And does that really require anything at all? No, it's fucking free. So why haven't I? I could do squats every day. I could do push-ups every day. I could work my core every day. I could somehow finagle some cardio. If I can't run, I could do burpees or jump it or fucking pretend I have a jump rope. So I don't know. I couldn't fucking tell you. I guess I'm a perfectionist, or I need some sort of I think I notice about myself as I need to be busy. I need a routine. So when things get in my way, if there's an inconvenience, I cancel the fucking day. I fucking cancel shit. So I've been doing that to myself for a long time, and it's not a good character trait, but I like it about myself. It's just something we have flukes and flaws and quirks and stuff that we just fucking make part of us, and that's one of my things. When there's inconveniences, I cancel shit because I feel like that helps me take shit serious. And I feel like now I'm growing in in myself now, and I feel like it's a little bit extreme. Okay, so I'm people change and evolve in different stages of their life. Somebody could be going through a fucking different thing right now. Somebody might have never took care of their teeth, and maybe now at 30 years old they're deciding they're gonna fucking take their teeth seriously. They're gonna start flossing, scraping the tongue, brushing their teeth, mouthwash and everything. But maybe they never did. So it's different people and then maybe someone's going through something at 23, and maybe someone's 45 going through something. It's fucking complex as fuck. And and because it's like that, people say that you're not on someone else's type of time. When you're in your early 20s, you should be graduating college or working a job and getting money and fucking around and dating everybody and partying, and that's the sale, right? But that's not fucking true, dude. It's really not. Yeah, is it realistic to be with one person for your whole life? Personally, I don't think so. If you somehow manage to make a stranger want to be around you for fucking ever, is one of y'all even human? Because what the fuck? How? Where? How? Why? Like, what the fuck? But I don't think there's like a formula to it, and a lot of people kind of want that because we're sold marriage. Bro, that shit is like a business partnership or relate or contract at the end of the day. That was to unite families. I don't know if that's how it was. I don't know how it was the same for everyone. Like, cause Asians do it, Arabians do it, Indians do it, Europeans do it. Where the fuck did marriage? How did it become a universal thing? Because also you see that in a lot of cultures, men had a lot of, and whether they were abusing their fucking power or women didn't have the power to, or maybe because one local man really was the top dog and you couldn't go to, and everyone knew everybody and you couldn't, and not everyone had, like, a powerful man back then basically was like the only powerful man around. Everyone was his minions. So it made sense that him and his friends were just fucking juggling concubines and wives and shit. Does that mean it makes sense? No. There's an equal amount of females and an equal amount of males in this world. But does that necessarily mean like someone forever, or that you're entitled to fucking everybody? No. It doesn't. Both are wrong. I think if people start being honest and valuing connections and short-term relationships, we could be friends, we can hang out, we can cuddle, we could sit next to each other, you could lay on my shoulder, we could just fucking, it sucks now, but maybe back in the day people used to just kick shit after work, just fucking cool it on the, post up on the car and walk and chill in the parking lot. Not too much nowadays, not too much. And people aren't bored enough to be like, let's just go to fucking Johnny's and kick shit. Some people do, but things are more fast-paced, anxiety-ridden, and we're always having something to do. So, but I think like I've been around certain people for like a long time, especially like at work, where you spend more hours at work than you do at home, awake with your person. It's fucking crazy, right? So you bond with people. It's sometimes close quarters. There's tension, right? So sometimes it could be even with someone you don't even find attraction, but I mean attractive, like, but somehow it just ends up being like, yo, I would fuck the shit out of you right now, man. I just want to like, and they feel it because that's how fucking attraction like magnets work. Like if I'm like genuinely feeling like, whew, it's fucking getting hot in here, they're feeling it too. I'm not even shitting you, bro. So some people, and I do this too, I just like close myself off because I try to be like royalty and save myself for the right person, or maybe if I fuck around with these people, it'll distract me from like spiritually attracting the right person or something like that. But that's too deep. It's really just gonna work by living life, by being bored and figuring out what makes you happy. But not everything. And I speak from a fucking position of privilege because my dad put me in sports, a lot of sports growing up. So, and I also have certain like relatives that were more out, like did different things, like took me skiing or golfing or swimming in the lake, or we went on boats and we went hiking or sledding with my mom, or apple picking or pumpkin picking, or went to haunted house. We just the fucking went to go watch fireworks, circuses, festivals, bought us video games, or we watched movies, or we had traditions and different stuff, right? So like church and fucking had to go to school and we had to read books. So literally I'm very fucking diverse. What I've come to realize is that people actually don't even think about a lot of the stuff I just named because it wasn't part of their fucking growing. Some people you don't even know what's out there, right? So it kind of sucks because, okay, well, they start to like not care about the world at large, or because they don't know what's there, So I mean, it's hard to say, well, they need to figure it out. because it's like you don't know what you don't know, you know. And plus, I mean, probably after all this time, they finally just are comfortable with what they do. They don't really, you know, they make a living how they do. They don't need to go do this and that. But I've also noticed that people are like getting into new things for the first time. Like the World Cup being in America, like basically fucking doubled the amount of soccer fans there are. I mean, they even like the K-pop and Asians are getting into that shit too, you know? So it's like, now people are like getting like being soccer fans. But like back in the day, or where I grew up, basketball was the only sport. It was basketball or football. People didn't do anything else. There was a basketball court everywhere, and everyone fucking knows about football. But if you thought about racing go-karts or driving F1 someday, nope. Tennis, nope. Golf, nope. Soccer, nope. Hockey, nope. Baseball, nope. My community just wasn't strong with those. It was basketball or football. So think about it from someone else's point of view who didn't know somebody or get put onto these things. That shit's absurd to them. If they think about it at all, it's too different. You know, they stick to what they know. But we're getting to a point where people are like seeing things online and they're like, yo, I want to try that shit. What? And sometimes those people will be like, hey, I'm branching out and I'm doing this and da-da-da-da-da-da-da, like, yeah, whatever. Keep feeding your fucking ego. Because I understand that it's frustrating to certain people who've been doing this stuff and they felt like outcasts because they were diverse. Like, they had lives and they felt alone. But now all of a sudden it's cool. Like if you like, I think it is what it is. Yeah. I'm really more happy than I look for a lot of people. Like, people made a lot of money doing what they do now. So if you were like the first to do something and you took a risk and you knew that you felt weird for doing it. Like if you were a live streamer, think of Show Speed Man, and a lot of streamers, man, YouTubers. I think that there was a time where like that wasn't mainstream, and if you took that risk, you were different. But now it's like, what?
Everyone is doing it. Guys are doing it with girls, and girls are doing it with other girls. Some get together in groups and do it. Some go online and do it with complete strangers. Some people get scared and pull out right in the middle of doing it. Sometimes when people do it for the first time, they don't last so long. Sometimes when people do it alone for too long, their hands cramp up. Some people just like to watch other people doing it. Some people have steady aim, and others just spray everywhere. Some people like to be all chatty-catty when they do it. Tons of bitches do it so loud they keep up the neighbors. Sometimes my dog likes to watch me do it. I've heard there's over 20 million people doing it now, so it's safe to say that everyone is doing it.
Like, dudes streaming, like what, you know, like, but I guess it's more just success than anything, no matter what field you're in. Drug dealing, trafficking, anything, politics. Like, think about it. If you get into politics and you aren't big, you're just another person, right? Step it up, tighten up. But if you get fucking as big as AOC or Donald Trump, like, people are gonna be on you like, I want to know him. I want him to know me, right? So it's like that with anything. You know, that one person that is always putting out music and they ain't no good, you don't pay them no mind, or somebody that's always doing something they're passionate about. But it's not till they make it and now that they get appreciated. And I don't all the way understand it as somebody who kind of likes everybody. I remember specifically I was in gym class in high school, and I was lit, bro. I was charismatic as fuck. I was lit. I was energetic. Gym class. A lot of people know that gym class was their fucking class, but it was my class, man. When I tell you, like, I'm making sure the gym teacher lets us do what we want to do. We playing basketball today. We doing volleyball today. What are we doing today? Can we do this? We don't want to do that. Why would we waste it? Let's just do something we want to, and then fucking do it and do it fucking awesome. Be a fucking all-star, right? And I was having my money at the time, so I was dressing like real nice, real unique. Like my parents didn't dress me no more, not for years. So, and I had my own style. Whew, I had my own style. And so when I popped out, people was just seeing me, and I had a lit personality too, right? I wasn't really like, I was macho, but I wasn't like quiet. I was just off the fucking, I was just out there, bro. And I was talkative. So anyways, I was fucking popular, bro. And so, but I talked to everybody. I wasn't deep in every friend group, but like, I knew everybody. I talked to a lot of people. And it's crazy because I remember people that I spent good time, quality time with, they don't even like act like they know me anymore. So I don't know. I mean, it's the past. They probably have. I haven't lived like at full speed my life. So like some people, it's been like a long time. It's been like a lot of years, right? Some people have been living like in their flow states, is what I'm trying to say, for a long time. So they're just always adding to their lives, right? So it makes sense. They don't think about what's behind them. But sometimes I do. I do. I ain't gonna lie. It's when life is slow, you think more. You got nothing to do but to be aware and see things. Whereas if you're living fast running, you're just adrenaline, you're just focused on, right? So sometimes I think about people and I'm like, damn, we used to be friends and I could use a friend right now. But they don't give a fuck at all. Yeah, that sucks. Cause I remember. So anyways, I was trying to say how this one time in particular, like I approached this particular person who was the only person that didn't participate in gym class. They always sat out. And it was weeks before I noticed this person. And again, I wasn't a sucker for fucking for like sex appeal back then. I shit you not, bro. I talked to everybody. And I was all about, I didn't even think about it. I wasn't trying to bond with anybody. It wasn't an intentional thing. But I just know that because I was just in motion, things were just coming. Things were just happening. It was fucking girls I never, looking back, I'm like, what the fuck? And sometimes it was just mediocre girls. And the same thing for fellas. Looking back, I'm like, shit, that man looked up to me? That's crazy. So this one girl in particular, I remember, like, super fucking fine looking back, and I'm like, what? Like, really dope, inside and out, right? So what I remember going up to her and just like talking to her, not giving a fuck, not having any intentions, but just wondering, why are you never in gym? Like, why do you just sit on the bleachers and like so reserved and so quiet when everyone's fucking having the time of their lives? So I got to know her and she like respected me, like, bro, she asked me for my number, bro. And this was like weeks into the whole spiel. And so yeah, good person that I used to know. But, and this person is really quite strange to me. I don't like thinking about this person anymore. I would run into this person here and there. And at first, like early years after high school, it was like, okay. She was like excited to see me. I was like, what? So the reason we fell off in the first place was because she ended up getting a boyfriend with somebody else. I don't know. Dude had a fucking nice car. Didn't even look like he belonged in high school. I don't know. I'd never even seen this person before. I honestly thought he was fucking past high school and was just like walking around in the hallways. Cause what the fuck? Dude was like a man, bro. And had a fucking sick ride and was dressed, not groomed. Bro, this dude was just fucking not supposed to be there, bro, compared to everybody else. And that was her man, right? he was there at graduation. I was going up to say bye to her. This nigga was walking to her at the same time, and he wasn't black. That's just my old ways. Bouquet of flowers and dressed nice, and she was all happy. I said, yeah, I'm not going over there. So yeah, we ran into each other. She was always happy to see me. I was happy to see her. But then like over time, she just started like not seeming like, she just felt like something happened to her, bro. And I would try to talk to her here and there, but she was just not energetic anymore. She was kind of like bummed and drained, and it started to like rub off on me. Like I was like, okay, I can't deal with this. But I ran into her again, like just fucking years keep going by, and every now and then I see her, right? So I asked her one time, she just still didn't look good, and I was like, are you okay? Like she was like, and she just said like, yeah, my mom's just sick and whatever. And I'm like, give me your number because I want to talk to you. I just want to see it. Like, we should just catch up and talk. And she gave it to me. But then I was laying there one day. I called her. She didn't answer, and then she called me back like literally like 10 seconds later. But in that like short time, like I was like, why am I even bothering? I don't honestly like her. I'm just being thirsty. I just think she's sexy. And I'm too smart to know that you can't change people. So, but at the same time, because she was like calling me back so soon, or I came to regret, because that was somebody that I think there was a genuine connection between us. But I was just like, there's just something better for me out there, right? And there's a lot of talk about hoping for better, and we don't give each other like respect and all because we're always thinking there's something better. But that's the whole thing I'm trying to say is if you just don't cut people off, the best people are the ones that, the best people are the ones that can handle a platonic relationship. Personally, I don't think that I want somebody who's just cold to everybody, because it just seems like you don't trust yourself. If you can't be friends with Nick, Harry, and Lewis, why? Do you think that something's gonna go wrong? You guys might be attracted to each other, but if you honestly have a thing for me, like I have a thing for you, or it doesn't even have to be conditional. If you have a thing for me, then that's just what you do. You just keep people at arm's length. Quote COVID-19, fucking social distancing, right? So if Lewis or fucking Anthony decides that they try to make a move on you, and they know they're violating, like go get your own, bro. Ain't no way. It's up to this individual to either be around people that will respect you enough not to make advances. But if it's understandable if you throw little shots or whatever, like, well, maybe not, but just like honestly being friends is what I'm saying. Like, they wouldn't throw shots if they were honestly friends. So if they are coming on to you, that's a red flag. One is, why are they coming on to you? Two, if they're coming on strong, you need to fucking shut that shit down. If it wasn't strong, it's like you can still like keep cool and be like, okay, we're just gonna fall back a little. But if they just literally like they're trying to make a move, like this is all or nothing type of deal, that person gotta go out to fucking leave them in the past as somebody who fucked up, right? So I like people that can handle platonic friendships. Not because keep in mind, if they try to sell the whole I don't fuck with anybody idea, then you'll never know when they are. But if you're open about everything, like you're gonna know, like, yo, like if she can say to me like, hey, you and Brianna were fucking, like, y'all have something going on, and I would be like, yes or no. But that's fucking like, for me personally, I haven't found somebody ever in my life that's made me just want to be with them for real. And I would and I can't figure out if I'm supposed to be honest about it, bro, because everyone is just so fucking bent on monogamy, bro. Like, they are so scared of being hoes, but we all know that they're gonna be a hoe anyway. Like, for example, I saw something this one time, right? I think it was on a TikTok comment where, and I related to this shit, bro, because it happens all the time. Where if you ask a girl or she asks you to cut somebody off, and you tell that person no, and they cut you off instead, it fucking doesn't make sense. Because right now I'm your main person, right? Or so I thought. So clearly you were just using me, and we all know how to deal with this type of shit. If it didn't work out, it wasn't fucking for me. There's a fucking reason it didn't work out. Better fucking, how's the saying go? It goes like, never late, better late than never, but never late is better, right? So the earlier the better. Like, I'm glad to figure things out on the fucking first day or first week, right? That's what red flags are all about. Fucking hit the bricks, right? So yeah, like if you I've had so many girls, right? They don't want to cut off nobody, but they want to like pretend like this is a monogamous relationship, but they want to be secretive about what they're doing on the side. How are we supposed to have a really genuine bond? We're already fucking. Clearly you're attracted to me. Why are you not giving me the respect that we need to be giving each other to really make this go? Because now you're holding me back. I'm supposed to be lit, happy that we're fucking and building an empire that hopefully one day I'll be able to share with you and your friends and my family and your family and myself and you and everything next. And if we have, and then their kids, right? Size limit reach. It's fucking 4 minutes. So anyways, so these people, like, they start to become distractions and weighing you down, and it's frustrating because, like, if you're just gonna fuck me with no fucking quick, easy, and like, I didn't do anything to deserve it. I got your number, we talked a little bit, we went on a single date, and now we're fucking. How did I earn this? So that's trick number one, boys. Sometimes it works in y'all's favor. Y'all end up in relationships, like happily ever afters. But I feel like for like 90% of the time, even if you last for 4 or 5 years or whatever, or 10 years, and it ends, I'm just saying if it ends at all, or in like a shorter time than expected, it's probably because it has no foundation. It's probably really hard to walk away from something that there's a foundation beyond just you wanted to be in a relationship. If y'all were really friends, y'all have real memories before ever doing something romantic, and then the romantic shit follows, that's like, holy shit, bro, like you really celebrating each other, right? You don't lose shit like that. You really don't. And that's what people want, but they don't live their lives. They're just fucking like, I have a job now, I have money, now let's fuck. Boys and women, they're doing the same fucking thing. They think because they can afford to globetrot or can afford to go to the gym that gives them a right to go fuck everybody. And literally when I say fuck, I mean fuck them over too. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's good people out there. One more thing, because I ended on good people are out there, but really, like, I should say there's people out there who want genuine connections, and a lot of these fitness influencers are giving you good stuff, but they're not giving you the full story. Yeah, like going to the gym is like something people have been doing for thousands of years. Getting in shape, being fit, fucking, why it turns us on, I don't know. And why, if you're not fit, it turns you off, I don't know. But I don't make the rules. That's how we were made, right? But does it mean that you can be a fucking pimp or a prostitute? Not really. And it's not that I'm saying fucking people is wrong, but maybe like slow down, because no one likes people with addictions, shopping addictions, Like, yeah, having nice things is fun, and if you have money, then yeah, shopping is fun. You know, the whole like role playing, like it's like grown up role playing, right? Like when you go shopping all the time, it's like you're just having fun, you know? And people have fun in different ways. And, you know, some people collect cars, some people collect cards, some people don't collect anything, you know, and some people like clothes. And there's just something about when you have nice clothes and you know, it has some strange effect, psychological effect on people. It makes you feel like, and even if it doesn't affect any, even if people don't give a fuck, you feel good about yourself. That's a good thing. So if you're in Chanel or you're in Prada or you're in Versace and or you're in Lululemon or you're in something that you got off of who knows where, and you just you're just making your character. You're in control. You are the creator. You're God. You're a goddess. You are that. You know what I'm saying? Like you're it. I love that for you. You know. But yeah, I'm not gonna get into the whole like if you the obsession with it. Like you should be doing it for yourself, you know. Like imagine if I ran around like just fucking bragging about something or saying you have to or something. Like that's weird. Like just enjoy yourself, bro. Like what? And yeah, you definitely might want somebody to match your fly if that's the type of stuff you do. I like dressing nice. I do like dressing nice. Like I wear like a button down. Could be short sleeve or long sleeve. And the lighter it is, the better. And I like not comfortable panel. I'm not big on jeans. I'm not big on sweatpants either. But I don't know what these pants are called. It's like what are they called? They're like the ones that are like lightweight and like they like they either like they end at like halfway down your calf. Like those are nice. And I like sneakers, but like not like Jordans or stuff, but like just really comfortable shoes like the On Clouds or certain just shoes like for walking. I like those. And shoes that you can slide your foot in easily. I like those. I don't like dress shoes. I barely even like suits. But I guess you know, whatever. Um yeah. I had I was actually talking to the AI recently or a while ago, but it was within the year. I was like, you know, I can't figure out if I like want a genuine relationship because I'm not sure like what that means right now because I'm still human, right? So I feel like at 30 years old and I do want somebody my age that maybe you should be in a relation like you should have like your I mean there's different reasons why people are single, right? But sometimes at the time I was thinking that like if you weren't like already like hadn't found somebody by now and you like your life was better than mine, I would feel like there's something wrong with that, right? But I'm not don't even feel offended by that. So I was asking the robot like, hey, you know, maybe I should just go out there and just pretend like I like what I see, like my wisdom is not valid, right? Or not valuable, right? Maybe I should just hit on everybody and I mean not like but just like basically be single forever and have no hope and whatever and a genuine thing. But it was like no man, like I don't think you want to live that life where you know you might like an entertainer or a tech bro and or like a or Instagram baddie and just go around, you know, running up those bodies, man. I don't think that's what you want, right? And the body count thing doesn't matter to a certain extent. Like if you just having genuine relationships, that makes sense. Like I wouldn't. You're not a bad person for being a likable person, but I feel like you're a turnoff if you're an exploitative person. You know, like if you have a banging body or a lot of money, and you're just fucking slaying people with no fucks given, man. Like you go to a party, you hook up, you're fucking, and then it's on to the next one. Like, cause people are gonna get attached when you have sex, man, and people are gonna get attached to the wrong people, and people are not gonna give a fuck about you being attached and knowing that you're all both wrong. And it's not like it's not gonna happen. It's better if it doesn't happen. Like sometimes you might hook up like once or twice. I don't know. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me you did something I didn't want you doing. I only want you to have genuine relationships. That's ideal for me. That's the same as being a virgin. Keep your virginity. Don't be fucking everybody, man. Don't be fucking just anybody. If you are like hanging out, if you have genuine like bonds with people, and maybe it takes something to make a bond, you know. So it's probably like a few people or a person here and there, like over like 10 years, that's gonna amount to a certain amount of people. I don't know, but it should be. But that's fine, man. What I'm saying is, hypergamy's weird, man. And it's don't think that one sex does it. Men do it in a different way. Hypergamy for a man is only top notch, right? Same for women, only top notch, only better than me, right? Men the same way, only better than me. A fair amount of men don't finish above them, and that means a lot of women are finishing above them, right? So I'm just saying, like, someone said that on a video too, and it was like almost like a woke ideology. Like, what? We are always dating down, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of fucked up, bro. But there are people that I would say are winners, bro, and they like naturally passively scored somebody that was like what people say is out of their league, but people say there's no such thing. Like, stop being a fucking grammar Nazi. You know what I'm saying, man? She's just like, you know, like what? And I feel like I don't know if it's always been like this, because people being attractive, I don't think automatically makes you a good person. But what I do think is that having gifts gives you a certain amount of responsibility that you're supposed to decide to take upon yourself. Like, I think a lot of people have the capacity to hurt people, and we just don't. We don't. Whether it's because the law doesn't let us, or because we just know that it's wrong. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how other people think. Okay? But I know that I'm smart. I know that when I've initiated conversations with people that I was particularly interested in lust, you know, if I was lusting after them, like, I try to like play it like it's smooth, like, hey, can you help me find this? Or what do you think about this? Or what are you doing here? Knowing that I'm just saying this because I want to get inside, like, but I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, do I still want to do that? Or like, am I feeding some sort of like cycle or addiction? And I should, and I'm saying, yeah, I was doing that. So I'm like, if I see an attractive woman, do I want to really talk to her just because she's attractive? Because that feeds like a scarcity mindset. Like, if you don't, oh no, well, now that's one less experience I have for my life, right? I haven't quite figured it out or like settled on what that means, because maybe maybe if this system was, if this matrix didn't exist, yeah, well, my instincts are fucking kicking in. You know, eyes googly, dick hard, like, let me, abs tighten, bro, like, legs ready to fucking pounce, man. Like, let me walk up and just say what's going on, man. But because we live in this matrix and there's technicalities and the physics have changed, so sometimes I'm like, you know what? Yeah, this life is hard. I kind of just want friends, you know. It's not even worth feeding my primal instincts sometimes, right? But then, you know, if you think like that, you are fucking protected. You are fucking witness protection program status, man. Like, you have a vibe that people see, okay? Just saying. God sees it, man. And when I say God sees it, we see it. We are connected. We see you, okay?